3 p.m. Well, today is September 7, Sunday, and yesterday I made a mistake, I guess, and I kept saying it was September 7 when it was actually September 6. Yesterday was September 6, so that makes today 7. Anyway, I just wanted to clarify that. Some reason I kept thinking yesterday was September 7th, but I guess I was a day ahead of myself. Anyway, looks like some of the trees are changing colors. Not a lot, but some. I see some more yellow. I saw yellow leaves here and there, especially on these walnuts, and some yellowing over that way too. Anyway, the weather's nice today, so I guess I'm going to go ahead and mow that grass down over there somewhere, over that way. Maybe over here. It all depends on how far I get. But I got to gas up the lawnmower and see if I can get something going. But the temperature's just right now. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I think it's in the 70s, mid 70s, I think. Anyway, it feels good. Let me see if I can get something cut today. Yeah, the air feels good today. Nice. Anyway, today is Sunday, September 7, and that's correct today. Yesterday I was saying it was September 7 instead of September 6. But I got it right today. Alright, let's go cut some more weeds in the bottom pasture. Hope my back's ready for another bumpy ride down in that pasture. I think I can take it. Yeah, I think I'll close the gate after I go in, since I see a cow out there eating grass. Yeah, I'll close it because cattle might wander over here while I'm cutting that stuff over there. If I don't see them. Better to close it and be safe. And away I go. Let's see how much I can get cut today. Oh, the white bull's over there eating the hay bale. The rest are just out here cool, staying cool in the shade, and this one's out here eating grass. So that's good. So today I'm going to be cutting this back that way, mostly. I might go to that tree there, but from that tree this way. That's my plan anyway. And then I'll just have a little bit left back there for another day. But let's work on this side first and work my way down. I was going to go around circles, but I might do that too. We'll see. So let's see what I can get done. Well, it's good to see that the bale is still in the same place over there. They got it scattered a little bit, but not too much. Yeah, there's some grass here now for him to eat. Some more tender stuff. I think it's been over 2 weeks now since I cut this. I think. Somewhere around there. I cut that the other day, a couple days ago, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. What did I do yesterday? Oh, I fed hay bales. Yeah, so maybe I did cut this 2 days ago. It's hard to remember. Anyway, that's where I'm working today. Clean that up. Now these around from that tree and back there. All that through there. And if I got time or interest, I might cut that back there too. That won't take long. Anyway, let's get going. Oh, I haven't even started cutting yet. My back's already bothering me. It's a really bumpy ground out here. Yeah, I cut this a couple days ago, or maybe more than 2, I don't know. But I'm just going to cut to that tree and back here. Yeah. Yeah, most of these weeds are, what did I call them the other day? Ragweed, I think. Ragweed. Good thing I don't have any allergies. This would be a mess for my sinuses, but I'm okay there. But the only thing I'm allergic to that I know of is poison ivy and poison oak. But there won't be none of that in here. Okay. It's amazing how cattle will eat the poison ivy and poison oak, but they don't seem to be affected by it. It's only us humans. Okay. Let's start cutting. There's the bale I fed yesterday. They ate some. Cattle went back over there in the shade. They're eating over there. I'm not going to cut that part. I'm not going to cut past that tree, that dead tree there. The cattle are over there in the shade eating something. But this is where I cut my first round. I just finished my first round. You can still, there's some stuff that I got to roll back over. But what I'll do, I think, I'm going to go around in circles. I came down this side. I cut a little bit extra in the back over there on that side because that was off the edge. You can see all the stems that are still sticking up. But after I get done cutting it one time, I'm going this way around. I'm going counterclockwise. But on my next cut, I'm going to make everything clockwise. That way I'll go against where those are leaning. Yeah, I just go back over it the opposite way. Anyway, that's where I'm at right now. It's kind of dusty. Sometimes when the wind picks up, it blows that stuff right on top of me. Oh well, we'll see. Just have to take a good shower when I get done. That mama cow, she's got her attention over there somewhere, over in that corner. It looks like Bully's following her. He's keeping close to her. Maybe she's in heat again. She had her attention over here to this corner. Could be a deer in there somewhere. I've seen them in there before. I'd like to take a shortcut across here. Anyway, this here is what I cut before. I just cut this on my first round. I cut this little area here just to make everything squared up a little bit better. Yeah. Anyway, I got to get going. I'm just wasting time. I'm still on my second round. Yeah, that's as far as I got because I decided to go ahead and from the tree to here to make this more of a square area. Yeah, I'll clean this up in here just to clean it up. Sorry, I don't want to make so many curves. I'm going to clean that up too to make this more straight. And then I'll start going around in circles like I planned. Just had to stop and look at the cattle again. The mama cow's over there on the other side of the white bull. He's following her again. He's been doing that all summer. So I don't know if he can actually breed. I think he's big enough and old enough. He's like 2.5 years old. Something like that, 2.5. So I think he's old enough. And he looks like he's big enough now. He's the same height as the cow. So there's no reason he shouldn't be able to breed them. Unless he can't do the job. And that's why I'm going to bring that little darker bull, his little brother from last year. I'll bring him up here so he can give him a chance. And there's a heifer. I'm hoping at least she got bred. She's the youngest one over there. So these two are a little older, and that's an old heifer. I don't even know how many years old she is, but she's never had a calf. But I kept her because I like the way she looks. Still hoping to get calves out of them. We'll see. These are the last of my full-blood Highlands, so I like to get something out of it before I have to get rid of them. Because I don't plan on buying any more Highlanders. I like them. I started with them. Well, I didn't actually start with them. I ended up with them. I first started with our family had a milk cow, and I was the one milking it every morning, and every time we had to get it bred every year with AI, artificial insemination, not artificial intelligence. We had somebody come out and do the job for us. And we started to get some calves, and I started keeping them. And that's how it turned out. Or I also bought, after I got out of the Navy, I also bought a milk cow for my cousin. I think it was a Tarentaise cow. Anyway, I got some calves from her, and I kept the heifers, and that's how I started. And then I bought a Highland bull from central Illinois, up north, and I got some crossbred calves that way. And then I bought some two full-blood Highland cattle from out east. I think one was from New Hampshire, and the other one was from Vermont, I think. Anyway, that's where these descended from. Because I bought a bull, Highland bull, from somewhere in Ohio. So that's how I got my full bloods. But I started crossbreeding here a while back, and that's what I have out in the big pasture with other breeds, Italian breeds. But anyway, that's another story. Or should I say, that's my story. I gotta get back to work. I'm just cooling off in the shade here. And I'm on the other side. Yeah. I'm gonna start going around in circles now for this other area here. Yeah, all the way back there. I'm still on my second round around this area. Or actually this area. But I wanted to show you something over there. A while back I took this lawnmower and I just made a path around the whole perimeter as easy as I could, all the way around. I don't know, maybe a month ago, I'm not sure, but you can see how if I would have cut it all down at that time, there'd be more grass growing. Yeah, that's why I'm cutting it now. I want the grass to grow better. But I'll cut this some other time. Yeah, this area here ain't very big, but it's got a big ditch here, and it's pretty lumpy in this ditch, and it's got real lumpy over there because that's where the water drains out of the pond. It drains that way, and it's really wet there. And it's not wet now because of how dry it's been, but it's always the wettest spot over there, and that's where the biggest footprints are, or should I say the deepest ones. But anyway, I'll get around to this. It'll be the next part that I mow. But not today. Let's get back to where I was working on. Well, I got some of it cut. Cattle are still over there in the shade, way over there. And I decided to go ahead and this here. A lot of this stuff was thin, like it was in here. So I decided to just go ahead and cut that first. Get it cleaned up. This is what it's going to look like when I get done, but I'm not at that state yet because I still got all this to cut yet. Yeah, it'll get there in time. It'll get there. Okay, let's keep going. For some reason the weeds aren't as tall over on this edge. And I can see if there's any limbs. I mean, they're thin enough where I can see between them to the ground. Weeds are taller over here. I can't hardly see what's underneath the weeds. Hopefully there's no big limbs. Yeah, weeds are thick here too. Well, I had a breakdown. For some reason I can't engage my mower deck. And I pull the knob up, it won't engage. I gotta see if I can figure out what's wrong. It was working okay up till now. Oh, I found the problem. The mower deck belt broke. Yeah, I don't know how long it's been bad, but it's bad now. Been putting a lot of stress on it lately. Anyway, now I gotta figure out. I broke a belt a long time ago. Oh, a couple years maybe. I was mowing a bunch of Jimpton weeds up there by the pond, up on top, between the pond and the house, and I got hung up, and that's when I broke this belt. And I was able to. I got to take the deck off. I've done that before, so I think I can do it again. It wasn't that easy, but I did it. And then I got to figure out how the belt goes on. Yeah, I kind of forgot. But anyway, I'll get it figured out. I just got to buy a new belt. First, I got to figure out what brand I got. I thought I kept the package for it. I think I bought it online, but I'm not sure anymore. I'm not sure. I'll have to double check my files. Anyway, I'll get one eventually. But in the meantime, I'm wondering what I should do with this. I already started it. I could just leave it, I guess. It won't hurt nothing. Or the only other option I have, until I get this mower fixed, is to hook up the bush hog. Now, I'm not going to use a sickle mower down here. There's too many obstacles, and the weeds are too thick to. Yeah, they're too stemmy. Yeah, sickle mower is meant only for grass and small stemmed plants like grass, alfalfa, clover, things like that. Timothy, well, that's a grass. Anyway, guess I'll just take it back to the house and start doing some research, see if I can get this repaired. I'd rather cut this with the lawnmower if I could. Just not right now. At least I got something done. As much I wanted to do the whole thing today, but it didn't work out. Yeah, I've been putting a lot of pressure on this mower lately. I cut all that over there. I cut it out over there. I used it out in the big pasture before. Let's see if I can get this back to the house first. Well, I made 3 rounds here. I didn't clean them up. And I didn't go over it again. I was going to do that when I got done with the whole thing. But anyway, like I said, I got something done. Now I got more work to do, getting this mower fixed. I guess I'll try to take that deck off, lower it down, and at least get that much done today. Then I'll start searching to get a new belt. Oh, I got a little bit done, but not very much. I cut it around the thing 3 times. 3, I'll say 3.5, because I broke down on the other side. So 3.5 rounds I made, plus I cut all this over here, from there to the tree, and I cut a little bit on the back side too. But at least I got something cut before it broke down. Cattle are still resting in the shade, and they're eating too. So they got plenty to eat, plus this bale. But I will finish cutting this as soon as I get my lawnmower fixed. I just don't feel like using the bush hog. That's all. I could, but I don't want to. Yeah, I got 3.5 rounds. 3 on this side. 3. Then I started my 4th round there, and ended up back there. Anyway, it's smaller than it was. Now I got to work on my mower. I don't know why it just looks like that wheel's lower. I think that tire needs some air, so does the front tire needs some air. But it's good enough to take the mower deck off. Looks like the cattle coming out. There's something stuck in my throat. Oh boy, something was stuck in my throat. Anyway, cattle came down for some water. Or came over for some water. Still one back there. The youngest cow. Anyway, I gotta concentrate on this thing. See if I can remember what I need to detach to get that mower deck off. I've done it once before. I think I can do it again. Cattle came over here to eat this newer grass. Probably more tender than the stuff that's mixed in with those weeds. It's cooler too. There's more shade here now. So they can eat in the shade and eat some nice tender grass. There's still one holdout over there. She's just cooling off in the shade. I got me a rug to lay on. I don't want to get too dirty. I'm already dirty from all the mowing. But I put a couple boards on this side, one on the other side, just to hold the deck up if I get it dropped down, which I think I can. Let's see where it's almost started off on the back side. See, I'll do that one first. Oh, pretty sure there's only 3 points of contact here that holds this mower deck up. One here, where that yellow pin goes to that yellow, and one on the other side too. And then there's one toward the front somewhere. I'll get to that later. I'm going to do these back ones first. Oh, I got it out. But I think I thought that pin was connected to that. Where is it? That thing. It looks like when I pushed the pin out, it came out all the way somewhere. When I get the deck off, I'll have to look for it. I'll need it again. Now I'm on the other side. So this pin is separate from the bar here. So when I take it out, I gotta make sure I catch it. I haven't found the other one yet. I'm sure it's somewhere. Couldn't have gone too far. Okay, let me pull the pin out and push that, or take this off. This clip here, and then I can get the deck lower down back here, and then I got one more connection near the front. I was more careful with this one. Yeah, I got the pin out, and then I put the clip back in so I don't lose it. So I'll have it when I'm ready to put the deck back on. Well, here's the third connection. This one looks like it's easier to take off because it's out here in the front. Yeah, I'll take it off there. Well, I got that one off. All I gotta do is pull the deck out from underneath the mower. Well, I got it. Seems to me, I remember it was hard getting that belt back on there in the right locations. I think I might have to take the cover off and that cover off. Let's see what I can do with that. I forgot that those shields were on hinges, so that'll make it easier. I gotta find that bolt that I lost first. Should I say pin? Well, I found it. I put the pin back in. Oh, I got it cleaned up a little bit. Yeah, still gotta figure out how to put that belt in, especially around the middle there. Yeah, this thing here will open up. I guess it goes the other way. This will open up. Well, it did before. Let's see what I was doing before. There's too much tension on that spring. But I could take my hand and I could grab the pulley there and flip it that way to put some space there so I can put the belts on, or belt on. I still don't remember how the belt goes on. I'm not sure I got a manual somewhere. Tell me how to do it. Otherwise, I'll just look it up on YouTube or something. Anyway, that's all I can do now. until I get a new belt. Well, that's the belt I got to replace. Yeah, I'll look this up somewhere. Hopefully I got a operator manual somewhere. But who knows where that is. I found that piece when I was cleaning. It was in that where those two pulleys are tight together. Uh, that was underneath all that. So I think that was from the old belt that I replaced, because it's got a different pattern on the back side. This one's smooth and that one's got little ridges on it. Anyway, I'll see what I can find. I'll order it online if I can. And if I can't find it online, then I'll just have to go to the John Deere dealer. But they're more expensive, I think. Oh, that's all I can do today. So I'll get me a new belt. Hey, Cat, what are you checking out? You stay away from that lawnmower. It's not safe, even when it's... He's just curious. Well, let me go inside the house, clean up. That's the first thing I do, is take a shower and get this dirt off of me. And then I'll start searching for a new belt. Well, they weren't eating the grass very long. Probably filled up on the hay bale. Yeah, they're all lounging around now out there. Well, it sure is cool out here. Yeah, I'm sure it's in the low 70s, I'd say. That's what I'm just guessing. I'll check. All right, it's all for outside. Let me clean up and see what I can find on the internet, or my operator's manual if I can find it, about placing that belt. It looks like a go-kart without the deck underneath it. Okay, this is a Z335E. I don't know what size deck that is, but I'll see if I can find out. This says a cell 42 deep. I don't know what that means. I'm guessing it's 42 inches. I'll measure it. That's the best way to know. Here's some information underneath the seat. I'm not sure what that means. Traction drive belt routing 23 and traction drive belt routing 25. I don't know what the difference is. I don't know why they got them two different things there. Anyway, got some service information here. That's not what I'm looking for. And something down here for other maintenance. I'm not sure what that's supposed to do. 72 degrees Fahrenheit at 6 p.m. Well, I got online and I found a little correct belt for this lawnmower. And there it is. Okay. Guess I'll order it. See how long it takes to get here. Well, I ordered the belt, the drive belt that I need for my lawnmower. According to this, it costs $51.86 plus $10.35 for shipping at USPS, or with a USPS, and another $4.05 for tax, with a total of $66.26. And it's going to take 3 to 4 business days to get here, or at least that's what the thing said when I ordered it. It'll get here when it gets here. I can wait.